All right. Well, welcome. We are waiting for Jessica to join us. She was having some technical difficulties. Oh, mine still says I'm Mandy and Jessica. I don't know why it says that. I am just
You're
Mandy.
representing both right now.
Reviews. Oh, I don't think I can change that while I'm in here. Oh, I can. It'll let me edit my name. There we go. Okay. So we read, I always want to say this wrong, Bartered Innocence by B. Sobjakken.
Oh, where's Jessica? She knows how to say it.
I know.
Yeah, I was just doing my weekly wrap up and I brought up rereading this and I was like, wait, I forgot how they told me how to say her name.
I know. Jessica knows it. Like she said it and then I completely forgot. It's like you don't say the J or the B, but I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
And I kept writing the stupid book down as Brutal Innocence, not Bartered. And I was like, I was having a really hard time.
I think I had like that same month, it was like a brutal thing. And then like the Bartered Innocence. And I kept like mixing up all my mafia romances.
Yes. Jessica kept calling it Battered Innocence. And so then I started calling it Battered Innocence. And it's like, no, it's Bartered Innocence.
We just couldn't get it right.
I wrote it down everywhere as Brutal. I was like, oh my God, whiteout.
Okay, so this was her first full-length book. She's written very like taboo short books, novellas. So this is her first full length. So why don't we go around and give our rating and like we normally do? And then when Jessica joins in, she can catch us up on her rating.
Yeah.
So Jen, you're like at the top of my screen. Okay. I don't know how it looks for everybody else. But
I gave it a 4. It was a solid 4 for me. I really enjoyed it. I liked both of the characters. I like the different way of how they kind of met. Like, I always really enjoy that when they come up with a way to make it a little interesting or a little new. When mafia is, you got to have arranged marriage, so something new. I like that, and I really like this one.
Yeah, I gave it the same. I gave 4 stars. Okay. I thought it was good. I was kind of getting lost in some of the mafia plot and like what was going on there. And I read a lot of mafia. So that was like why I kind of didn't give it a full like 5 stars. But like I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I like the audiobook was nice since I had like the ALC. I don't know if you guys listened to it on audio, but
did they do the Irish accent?
Not really.
No.
It was Lance Greenfield and Angelina Rocca. So he didn't really fully do like Irish accent or anything on it. But I think it's because they're like, you know, some of those mafia ones, they're like not doing the accents because they've been in America forever. It's not like they came from Ireland, you know, so like they don't really have the Irish accent. So I didn't mind it. Like it wasn't bad or anything, but
like it goes in and out, you know, when you've been here so long. Yeah. Okay. Mandy.
I also rated it a 4. I really enjoyed it. I kind of wondered because it says that this is the first book in Made Men of Manhattan. If you know how sometimes like the first book in a series, they're trying to like flesh out a lot of stuff. And so I'm kind of thinking like the next book will probably be even better.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised that it wasn't more spicy because I was kind of expecting her to bring her taboo writing into it. And so there was a little bit like, because she gave away her virginity, you know, ahead of time, like which she wasn't supposed to. And so there was that, but I was kind of a little, I don't know. I was just thinking that she might bring that over a little bit more.
Yeah. Like this one wasn't like a taboo. It was like a typical mafia arranged marriage. You know, I read a ton of mafia. So it's like, okay, we're doing the one night stand to get rid of the virginity because she doesn't want to be arranged. You know, like I've read all these before. Not to say it wasn't like, but it's something I've read before. So it's nothing like different, but I enjoyed it. Does the heroine do some stupid stuff? Like, yeah, always. But that happens in like so many mafia. So I'm like, okay, whatever.
Hello.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, this is stupid.
I can put you on as the spotlight.
As the what?
as the spot. Nope, that made me the
No,
spotlight.
I don't want to be the spotlight when I'm not correct here. No, that's okay.
Okay,
Like my pictures turn and stuff though, so I don't know what it is.
we just did our rating for it. So do you want to tell us your rating before we start diving into our thoughts?
I gave it a 4. It was a soft 4. I got bored in certain spots. It didn't necessarily bring the taboo-ish stuff that I expect from her as an author.
That's what Mandy was saying. See, I had never read her before, so it's like I wasn't expecting Taboo. I was thinking, oh, okay, mafia, typical, whatever spice.
But there was a part of me that was expecting the king, the taboo.
I was just talking about that. So we all rated it a 4 as well. I think Jen, you said solid 4, right?
Yeah, it was a solid. I mean, I did get bored in some parts, but I enjoyed it overall. So I thought it was
me too. I also would say it was a solid 4 for me, but again,
Mine
I was
too, and I think
waiting for that taboo-ish stuff
on audiobook, like Jessica, because I think it went fast with audiobook. Like
I listened to it on audio. I just, there were certain parts where I was like, is this done yet? So while I enjoyed it, it wasn't, wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I had high hopes for it, I think. And maybe I did that to myself, but.
Does she usually write mafia? Because the mafia stuff was lacking for me. So with reading a ton of mafia, I felt like I was lost with what she was trying to do with the enemy and like the brother or like the whatever guy. And I'm like, okay, well, who's the guy? What's going on here? Like, and I read, but then I thought maybe I rushed through it and it was a me thing. But I've gotten some really weird Jagger Cole like mafia plot lines and kept with it fine. And when I re-listened to it yesterday, I was like still kind of like, oh, so I felt like it was a little weak with like the mafia plot line, but maybe she'll, get better with that. Because it just needs to be more clear of like what's going on. Like I kind of was just like, I don't even get what the plot is here.
I definitely will read the next book. I'm hopeful that she was fleshing. Is that the right word? Fleshing?
Yeah.
Fleshing some stuff out. And I feel like the next book will be a lot better.
Yeah.
I read
so with the first book in a series too, like you were saying. It's like setting up each character. Like, so.
But I feel what you were saying, like, because I got confused with like some of the side characters. I was like, wait, who is like I remember Gio. I was like, wait, who is he supposed to be? Wait a minute. Yeah. I thought it was somebody else.
Like the guy at the restaurant, then like the one that was having her do this marriage, but then he was still going against him, even though they did this marriage to have a peace. And I'm like, and then Spies coming in, and I'm like, well, you need to make it more clear on like what's going on. Because I was kind of lost, and then I checked out of the mafia thing then. So then I was just about the romance because I didn't really care about what was going on mafia wise. But maybe she'll kind of get a little better with it if it's her first time writing that, like,
I do like
who's watching that wants to throw out their thoughts. If you read the book, go for it. We'd love to hear how you thought. So Amber, you're asking about the books she's read or written. Right. So I have read Birthday Boy, which is reverse age gap, but like her son's best friend. And it's his birthday. So you can imagine what he is wanting for his birthday. The Milkman.
The Milkman.
The Milkman?
Yes.
That just sounds
so just think about Taboo milk.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I like that perspective because you guys have both read, like Amber and I haven't. You guys have read her, so you're used to like a certain taboo-ness from her, like where we didn't have perspective. So
I can go on.
The first one threw us in the deep end. I mean, like, the first one was like, whoa, when I called Mandy and I was like, pick this one up. What was that one, Mandy?
The Club Princess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just looked up the Birthday Boy and look at the cover.
Yes.
Oh my God.
If you like Taboo, you will love her. So then she wrote,
I'm checking this one out. I'm going to check it out.
She has Treading Water, which I think just came out on audio.
Yeah, that was really good.
It came out a year and a half ago. It is written in her dedication. She says this is written to every girl who's ever had a crush on their coach. And so she plays water polo, and Brooklyn actually played water polo, so she was like really excited to write water polo into a book. And so the girl has a crush on her coach. He obviously reciprocates that, and it's complicated. But some people kind of in the reviews on that one beat her up about like, well, why would the coach even like her? And it's like, if you read the dedication, that is the whole point. Like when you were 16, 17, crushing on an older guy, in your mind, you're not thinking about what you're bringing to the table about why he's going to like you. Like, that's not how that works.
Okay, well, I added both those to my list on Amazon, so I'll check those
Yes,
out.
it's phenomenal stuff if you like Taboo. And then another great one is Bouncy, which she wrote as part of the DNF series. And if you haven't read the DNF series, it's a fun world where a bunch of authors.
I saw you guys do a video on that.
We did.
It was like DNF series. So now now it's making sense.
Yeah, a bunch of authors got together and tried to write like just wild stories that were cringy, and some of them are really funny. And Bouncy was a good one for that. So, and then she has a ton more in the Taboo world. All right, we have
because I remember when you guys were bringing this up, you're like, Mandy was like, oh, she writes really taboo. So I kept like kind of waiting for it, and I'm like, wait, this is just like another Mafia.
I applaud her though for stepping out of what she's been writing and trying something different. I mean, it was good. I will definitely go back and read.
There were some good spicy things. Like I liked the dirty talk, the spicy, like him wanting to breed her, like that stuff. I was like, okay, I like this. So I mean, that's good.
And she was probably trying to be a little careful to see what the feedback was going to be, because she's trying to like branch out into like full-length novels and writing in a Mafia world. And she probably wasn't really sure like how much of that taboo stuff to bring along with her, would be my guess.
And so the books you mentioned before, those are shorter books?
They're all novellas.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, this is their first full length.
Okay, cool.
I think Treading Water is close to 200.
Yeah, I think I said 246 when I was looking at it.
Yeah.
Or 240 pages.
Hi, Jan.
Hi, Jan.
Hey, Jan.
Okay, what else do you guys want to talk about with the book?
Let me look at my notes.
I'm like, I have my notes. I have my review up.
Before you two got on, Jen and I were like, we read this at the beginning of the month. We can't remember what it was. And it turned out I read it June 16th and she read it June
21st.
I read it May 28th. I can't remember a daggone thing.
Yeah, mine was May 16th.
Okay. But
I read it May 16th for the ALC. And then I was like, what am I even going to talk about on this show? Like, I don't remember really. I remember arranged marriage, her being annoying about our restaurant. And like, I need to work at my restaurant, and he's like, it's not safe. That drives me nuts when heroines do that. It's like he's telling you it's not safe. This is what's going on right now, and then the guy calls you and you go over to the restaurant. Like, so that's what I remembered. But I was like, okay, well, I'll just listen to it real quick because it's a really fast audiobook. And then still like nothing really. It's not one of those like that's a super memorable. Certain things stick out to you type of thing, it's just like a decent basic kind of Mafia.
But when you're in it, it's good. Like you really I enjoyed the story while I was in it, but I'm so sorry to say I immediately forgot about everything.
No, we were just laughing hysterically because I couldn't find it in my notes. And I'm like, when I like read this book a while ago, and Jen's like, oh, I think it came out in May. Did you read it back then? And I'm like going all the way through. Yep. June 16th. So long ago.
Lots happened since then.
Yeah, but I mean, like you guys have been super big. I've read some really good books this month, and I wanted to read that book because Trust Me Always was coming out, and then I had to read a trilogy that I'm reading now.
Sabrina.
She got the ALC too.
Hi, I had the ALC for it and I gave it 4 stars. I read everything Brooklyn has written except for 1 or 2. This is definitely different than her normal books. I'm glad I listened to it. Yes.
Oh, okay. So the ALC.
Okay, so
yeah,
Sabrina,
I probably wouldn't have been as into it. I don't think if I was physically reading it because I've read way better Mafia. I've read really top tier Mafia, so I probably would have been like kind of bored. But the audiobook, I was like quickly, I listened to 2.5 or more.
Higher.
So it's like fast going through it. So
yeah, I'll tell you, it took me a little bit longer than it normally would have to get through the book reading it. Because I put it down a few times and I'm like, okay.
Sabrina, what is your favorite book by Brooklyn?
Yeah, what's your favorite? Milky?
The Milkman.
I was like, Milk Boy. So
Bouncy, Bouncy is
relaxation
her one that's Bouncy is the one.
Milky. I like Milky.
There was a Milky in the DNF series. It just wasn't by her.
So Jan gave it 1 star. She did not like the mafia or the romance.
Jan.
Jan's ruthless, man. She's like, no.
She is.
I don't think, Jan, have you liked any of our? Oh,
Yeah, she has.
What one did she like?
The last one, I think.
Yeah, she was okay with the last one.
Okay.
I don't think, wasn't the last one the one that everybody got mad because we were ranting about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There was the one
Like
before
that
that. I don't remember.
I feel like we should clear the air just a little tiny bit on that. So the 4 of us, like for example, this book, we liked it, we talked about it, and we're like 17 minutes in and we're kind of running out of stuff to talk about. And when there's 4 of you, sometimes it's easier to think about the things that you didn't like. And we kind of got off onto tangents with a lot of that. And I do feel bad if that took away from the fact that I really did still like the book. I had the heroine was a little annoying at times, and that's okay. I still like the book. I just didn't care for her all the time. And I think that's okay. But I think we kind of picked those things and ran with it. And I do understand how that could have come across as that
we're giving not authentic reviews.
Yes.
When we're ranting. We're getting together. We're nitpicking on like the one thing that we all like got annoyed by, but it was one small thing.
Yes.
The rest of the stuff. And I'm going to say, I didn't hate that heroine. Like I've hated heroines where I like trash a book because of that. I didn't hate her. She did some annoying stuff, but there were so many other decent parts, which we should have talked about. I think maybe be better being like, okay, well, what did we like? What did we not like? That type of stuff when we talk about the book, so that we're not just talking about the negative stuff. It's just easier to rant about the negative stuff sometimes.
I think there's four women and we just went vroom with it. And you know, if you've watched our stuff, you've seen us do that a few times, but that's not always what we do. Oh, Serena has answered us. So she says, Treading Water for sure. I've read it twice. Birthday Boy and Come Slut. Can I even type that on here? Are my other favorites. I've rated most 4 or 5 stars.
I'm loving these titles though.
Yes.
Yeah, I just requested. I'm hoping I get it because, you know, I wanted to try Daisy Jane again, you know, because I didn't love the one that we read. But I know
you guys didn't read either.
But I requested. I think it's like a stepbrother one that's coming out. So I'm hoping I get that because I really do want to give her another go too. Obviously,
I love her stuff, but that was definitely very different. And she even told me that when I told her we were going to be doing that. She's like, "This is a little different than what you're used to."
And you could even try her stuff under Ember Hughes because that's my favorite. Her Dark Cowboy is so good, so good.
The Sleepover.
Yes, that's
the new one.
And that's written in a world. It's the Clearview Country Club, and there's a bunch of authors writing in that world.
Oh, okay. So it's not just her series. It's like okay.
I think there's 6 or 7 of them. But some of the authors, I did not recognize their names when I saw it. But that doesn't mean I haven't read something by them. I don't always I have to look, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I did read that. And sometimes I'm embarrassed because I'm like, oh my god, I love that book. I forgot who the author was.
Yep. Jessica, really quick, pronounce her name again. I can't. I'm forgetting.
Sobjakken. Sobjakken.
Yeah, I was like, it's
I
either
forgot it was like the S, the H sound in it.
Yeah,
like toboggan, but Sobjakken.
Yes, exactly, Mandy. That's how we remember it.
Say it again.
Like toboggan, but Sobjakken. Apparently, Noelle really has a desire to participate today.
She does this all the time now when we record. She is like, her butt is in the camera all the time. It's her tail, not her butt. But yeah.
So Sabrina says Becoming His was a 3-star, so that's her least favorite.
Okay.
I don't know.
Not a bad star rating.
This cat.
Especially for novellas, because I think I don't always, it's pretty hard for me to rate like a novella kind of like a 5-star, you know? It's like, has to really be really good. Usually it's like a solid 4-star if I really enjoyed it, you know? But
Yeah.
So claiming the club princess is like, it's very taboo.
Or
So
club
it's not
princess.
like, oh, it's my brother's best friend and he told me not to date him. It's not that level of taboo. It's stepbrother and stepdad that she lives with.
Ooh.
Their mom's not in. I don't know if
What's
it
that
eventually
one
tells
called?
us where mom is.
It's the club princess, I think.
Claiming the club princess.
okay, claiming. That's like
Are you sure
exactly
it's
my thing.
claiming?
That's what it says on Goodreads.
Oh, I always thought it was the club
Okay, yeah,
princess.
claiming the club princess. Oh, she looks pregnant in this picture. Let's see here.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah,
just
these
think about
pictures look a
claiming.
lot more taboo than the
Sorry,
cover we had.
They're in many ways.
I think she does breeding well. Let's just put that out. She just does. There's breeding in a lot of her books.
Sabrina says if you read Kay Webster, you'll love her books. Yes, that's a
Yeah, and I
great
love
way
Kay
of
Yeah.
comparing. Jesus, Noelle. That's excellent, Sabrina. Yeah.
All right, got some added.
Amber has stuff to do now.
Yeah,
I know, but those
TBR
will
is
be
a
nice,
growing.
like palette cleansers in between like books, you know, to read like a quick
Mhm.
little taboo read would be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a really good idea.
Do we have
I
anything
have
else to
had,
talk about
like,
this book?
The worst reading week. Like I started 6 different books. I tried Kay Webster trying to get myself out of it. Like nothing was working. And I had an ARC and an ALC. And I felt bad because I'm like, if I'm in this kind of a reading mood, it's not fair to like read or
Yeah.
listen to these.
You're gonna force it.
Oh, it was so rough.
Did you
I
get through
finally.
anything? Did you get through anything?
I did. I went and listened to Serena Bowen's newest one. What's it called? It's her newest. It's a mystery thriller. It's romance, like really, really light.
I just saw that come up on one of my emails, and I can see the cover. But
Dying to Meet You. It was good, and it snapped me out of it. I rated it 4 stars, so it wasn't as good as the 5-Year Lie that she wrote.
5-Year
but
Lie was good.
It was still good. I enjoyed it, and it snapped me out of it because it was different. I know. But yeah, it was like I literally have, I think, 6 or 7 books on my Kindle that are at like 5%, 10%. That's rough.
Yeah, I was
I
like
tried
suffering
watching
this week
Dateline
kind
to
of-
snap out of it.
I tried watching Dateline.
You did.
She
I
likes
was
her
like suffering
Dateline.
trying to read a book that an author sent me, you know, because I'm like, okay, it's really was tough because it's like third person, but it's contemporary. But then they were like, yeah, like talking to the reader, and I was like, whoa. So that was like throwing me out, but I felt like I should give it a try because they sent me a copy. And I finally got kind of okay in it, but it was like where they were trying too hard to be like eloquent and like these big words and like whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to go slowly through it, not pressure myself. And I've been like really slowly reading this one.
It is really hard for me to get into third person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can do it in historical because I'm used to it. Like it makes sense. But
Yeah,
then
it
he
makes
was
sense
like,
for historical.
but when it's talking to you, oh yeah, reader, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait,
No.
what? And then they only did that once. So I'm like, it's kind of like didn't know what it was doing in the beginning. And then finally it kind of transitioned where I'm like, okay, maybe it's working, but it's definitely like, it's kind of, I'm struggling a little bit with it, but I'm not hating it once I got past the beginning. But it was hard. Like I probably, if they didn't send me this, I probably would have DNF'd it in like the first chapter with like how it was written. I was like,
just because of that, probably though, right? Like,
yeah.
That sucks. So it's like the
So-
story is good, but you're taking me out of it.
In Dying to Meet You, it switches. So you have your main character, and then it's like multiple points of view. And so when it goes to the other people, it is third person. So like her daughter's Natalie, and she's 16, and it'll be like Natalie, and then Natalie watched as her mom did da-da-da. And that doesn't bother me so much because it kind of also like it's the same narrator, so it kind of helps separate that. But also when I listen to it, it's so much easier for me to like deal with third person. But if I'm
Gail
reading,
Jackson does that too, where she'll do like the memories or your flashbacks all of a sudden it'd be like the third person, and so when you're listening to an audiobook you didn't really know, and so it helped me like an audiobook be like, oh, okay, this is like a flashback.
See, that I could see, because you're getting both. You're getting that first person, which I really enjoy. Like, that puts me in a story. But I think if we're doing flashbacks to do that, or the way that Mandy just said, like, I could take it that way. But all of the third person really just, it has to be really good. And it takes me a while to actually get into the story and
I don't remember who it was, but a few weeks ago I read a book by a new to me author, and her heroine's POV was in first person. And she warns you in the beginning of the book, like at the beginning of the audio, she said, I write the heroine's POV in first person, but the hero's POV is going to be in third person. And it worked. It worked for that. If I had to read it, it might be harder, but no, it worked.
See, I could do that. I could do that.
Yeah.
Okay, hi. 3 stars. I did enjoy it, but I felt like I needed more spice and more taboo. And this was my 3rd book by this author.
Yeah. So I think if you haven't read the author before, you're like fine with the spice and non-taboo level. But if you have, you were expecting it, you know? Like,
yeah, I didn't know that she wrote such taboo either. So I think that was a good perspective for me. So I was like, I think it was fine. Yeah, I would have enjoyed certain parts to be more, but I thought what I got was really good. I wanted a little bit more from Ryan, I'll tell you that, though.
In all fairness, though, she did not market this that it was going to be like her other books or taboo or anything. So that was kind of our own preconceived notions. She didn't set us up to be expecting something that wasn't there.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Yeah, so if the live ends abruptly, it's because she stepped on something.
I know I had my mom's cat because I was doing a live here yesterday, and I had like the ring light back behind, and he's like rubbing her head against the ring light, and I'm like, oh my god, this cat's gonna knock this over.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I'm ready for my close-up.
It's funny because normally she likes to do her own thing and does not like she'll come sit in here with me sometimes, and then if she hears any noises, it's like she's embarrassed to be seen with me and she runs.
She's shamed.
So it's funny that like she's like, okay, let's spend quality time together because you don't look like you're doing anything.
No, not at all.
Give me the spotlight. Thanks.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right. Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
You really summed up this book real quick, you know?
See, this is what happens when we don't go off on a tangent about something.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Like I could go off on a tangent about her restaurant thing was annoying me, but you know.
Yeah, I was like, okay, like beat a dead horse already. Like, you're in the mafia world. Like, you should
I mean, he was going to open up your own restaurant, but it's like, I need my daddy's approval. And her dad was like, already approved her. And like, and then she was just like, oh, okay. And then like over it. I was like, okay.
Yeah. He was like, I just want to give this to you. Oh, why didn't you say so in the beginning? I did.
And also, can we all just agree that when somebody tells you not to do something because it's dangerous, that maybe you should listen?
Like, just don't be stupid. Come on.
And then I got annoyed when she like kind of back to him in front of his men. And I'm like, he needed to punish her. I expected him to come in there with like a spanking and a punishment because it's like, you can't. So that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Because I was like, she needs to get a spanking because it's like,
well, cover your ears.
You just embarrassed him in front of his men. Like, he's the capo. Like, you can't, like, he's the head of the mafia. Like, you can't do that. Like, it's disrespect. And then he like just was like blasé about it. I was like, what? Yeah. Come on, Ryan.
Like, not in front of these guys. You can do whatever you want in front of them, but nobody else. And I'm like, yeah. But I mean, she did do a really good at tying in how close they were, that his father really did raise them to be brothers. So if you can be embarrassed or show that type of, even though I get it.
I like the father too. I liked him. I thought he was a good character, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There was our tangent.
There's a tangent.
That's as deep as we're getting, I guess.
So we
Mhm.
wanted him to be more of an asshole.
Well, not an asshole, but
I
she needs
could
to
have
know
done
her
a
place.
spanking. Yeah,
We like them when they're assholes.
we've done a nice little welt, like you need to
Yeah.
not be able to sit for
The
a week.
spanking will turn into more,
Yeah.
and
And when you want to sit, it's going to be on my lap. I'll cushion you, baby.
like she needed a spanking when she went to the freaking restaurant, almost got like herself killed. Like
Yeah, and then
she
tried to
needed-
get his men killed. Yeah. Spank,
Uh-huh.
maybe some hands or handcuffs, and shackles.
Leave her shackled to the bed for 24 hours. She's fine.
and then she'll learn her place.
One
That's
of those
right.
bars. What's that bar where if you move
Spreader
your
bar?
legs- Yeah, one of those.
Oh my god, that went to a different. Jen just went boom.
Jen's like, let's do it if we're gonna do it.
That's the spanking. Let's do the spreader bar.
All right. So what's everybody reading now?
I'm still struggling with this, so
I think I know what Jen's reading.
Yeah. Oh, I listen. What is going on? I have notes. I don't understand. I'm reading the first book.
How far into it are you?
Like halfway.
Or like what's happening right now?
No, maybe I'm almost. No, I just started it.
Have you got to the dark twist? That's what I want to know.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm like almost there because I'm
Number-
getting all these little crumbs, and I'm like, I'll stop and write
It's
a note.
3 books of crumbs, and puzzles and
There's
things
so
trying
many.
to like
I'm like,
figure
what
out.
is going on? I mean, I've gotten to the bones, and we've gotten to the wolf's mom.
Like you got to be careful because you don't want to spoil
Yes,
it.
no spoilers. No
Yeah.
spoilers.
I'm right
Have
at
you
that
read it
point.
yet, Mandy?
I have, but
Okay. But
I
for our
feel like
for
it's a
viewers,
series
we
you
don't
have
wanna-
to go in pretty blind to.
You should. I think you
Yeah.
should.
Yes,
That's
I
what
think
I'm
you should,
not-
yeah.
I'm not. I hope I'm not.
It's
spoiling
very
anything.
good.
No.
Real quick, Sabrina said that she really liked that it picked up right away.
Yeah.
And Jan says, love it,
Bar?
Jen.
The bar.
The spreader
that
bar
must have been what-
Spreader bar
yeah.
or Hills of Shivers and
or Hills of Shivers and Shadows.
Oh, maybe that's what she was
I'm
talking
still
about.
with the bar, Jan. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I love both. Yeah. No, it's a good.
Mandy's
it's a
cat's
good
like,
book.
I can't take
It's a good
this.
book.
I don't know what she's doing. Every time I set her down, she jumps back up. So
What are
She
you
looks
two?
like, is she like looking at us on the screen or something? Because she looks like we're. Oh,
I
there
think
she
she's
is.
watching. Oh, she's done.
Oh, she's done. She's done. She's done. So
She's
Amber,
over us.
you're still in that one book?
Yeah. What is that book? You didn't tell us. You just hid the title.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of
Oh.
just show like
Sorry.
What
It's
is
like a new author. It's called Viridia. It's supposed to be like a Cinderella retelling, like in London type of thing. I don't know. It's, she reached out to me and sent me the book. So I was like, sure, I'll give it a go. Like never. And it had pretty decent reviews on Goodreads, but not a ton. But so the average was like higher. So I was like, okay, because I checked that first because I feel bad accepting it immediately and then being like, oh, I'm going to hate on your book.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured I would give it more time before I just like give up on it. But it is annoying because it's like the overly like horrible female characters that are like villainous, like horrible women where she like one of like the main character, like this chick's husband or boyfriend was almost assaulting her, attacking her, and then she blames her and is like evil towards her. And I'm just like, can't we write women that like support women ever? And like I just hate the over the top villain heroine, like female characters in books. Sometimes, but
Yeah.
I'm reading Undeniably Unexpected by Jay Shaman.
yeah, I need to read that soon too.
Mm-hmm.
I also
Yeah,
have the arc for the ALC for the next part of the Deep Thrall or whatever for the Blood Bride from CD Reese. So I really want to get to that too.
Yeah, because that comes out this week.
Yeah, the 30th.
The 30th. Audio is supposed to come on the same day too, I think she said.
Yeah.
So
Before I go back to comments, Jessica, what are you reading?
Savage by Risa Donovan and Addison Wolf. It's a dark, like she was sold to a brothel And then a doctor buys her, and she's like strung out on drugs, and that's how she got sold into the brothel. So, but he's like, he wants her as his pet. So,
as his pet?
As his pet.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's a spinoff of another one that a trilogy that I read of hers that was like the best breeding book ever that I've ever read. So, one of them anyway. So, yeah.
Sabrina says, I'm having a hard time finding a book that holds my attention. I'm an emotional book, or she's wanting an emotional book. I'm leaning towards A Place Without You by Julianne. Oh my gosh, I love that one so much. It is very emotional. It would do the trick if you need an emotional book to get you out of book slump. Oh, I want an emotional book is what I was saying, but my phone is rude and it changed what I said. Yeah. Jen messaged Jessica about Frozen Fate, and I was telling Jessica, I'm like, hey, Jen's messaging you, and my phone was like about Frozen Fat.
Yeah, it was Frozen Fat. I was like, what?
Oh,
yeah.
Are you sure, Mandy?
Yeah.
How
Never tried to
do you say that?
Phyrexia? Phyrexia?
It's fantasy and it's so good. Really recommend.
Is that the alien-ish one where they're both aliens? Because if it is, it's the one that I take into Phyrexia. I've tried it a couple of times and I just can't get into it. I only get like the first couple chapters in and I'm bored. So maybe I just need to stick with it. Everybody talks about it like it's so great, but
it's all you.
It's all me.
All you.
It's all me.
Jan says she'll be starting King of Wrath later today, currently reading a fantasy romance, Spark of the Everflame.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to read that forever. I think I bought that like on audiobook too, way back.
I think I have it too.
Have any of you read Royal Savage by Victoria Ashley or anything by her?
No.
I don't know that. It sounds familiar, but then again, there's probably a few Royal Savages out there.
I don't think I've read anything by that author.
I was just looking up A Place Without You because I was like, did I read that one? I don't think I ever did read that Julianne one.
I didn't like it as much as I wanted to, but it was really emotional. I just I was in my like heroines are pissing me off phase, and every time I was, you're annoying me. Stop.
I have not read anything by Victoria Ashley.
Oh no, I haven't. Look at that guy though.
And then yes, they are both alien.
Yeah, okay, then that's the one I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Okay, so Savage. Maybe you just need to power through those first few chapters.
Maybe. I think part of it is because they're both alien, and I had expected one to be human. And heroine, and that might be why I just couldn't get into it the first couple of times. I'm at this point I probably could, but at that point I had only read human.
Like even in Ice Planet Barbarians when it mixes it and it's like two alien, I'm like, I don't care. I still like it those. Ice Planet,
those were good. Like, those were so good. They just didn't give what I was looking. I like it when one's a alien, one's human, and one's alien.
Yeah.
No. I see your face, Mandy.
I know. Goodness.
Wait, now, because I was trying to explain it to somebody the other day, and do all aliens have like a thing right there? Don't they have like a slit or something? It's like
what?
Are you talking about my monster romance one where I was talking about that?
Oh, okay. I was like, wait,
so
what?
It's in the right location, but it's
Yeah, I was like aliens or monsters.
That's a snake one. That's a
and it was in the Soul Eater because he's like
he has both.
Yeah, and then the snake ones like are really good, and then they have that, and then
and things come out of
I'm trying to figure out how to say
this. The snake one is lower, and things protrude. Sometimes more than one.
Can go in as well, so it's like a we can just read Soul Eater. Oh my god, hottest sex scenes I've ever read in my life. Because I've never been done. I've never read anything like it.
I mean,
I loved it.
Oh, happy day after your birthday, Amber.
Oh, thanks.
Oh yeah.
Did you do anything exciting for your birthday? Did you get any books?
No, I didn't. I mean, I didn't get any books. I just went out to dinner with my mom, basically, like, and that was it. But it was nice, you know, to go out and get some dinner.
Yeah.
So my son never texted me happy birthday. I'm like,
Oh,
trouble.
He never pays attention to that stuff, but like, yet he had like one of his friend's sisters like birthdays in his calendar. I'm like, how about you put your parents' birthdays in your calendar?
Yeah.
We're the ones that matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he's 21. He don't, you know.
He needs to show his mama some love on her birthday.
That's right. Dang
Better
it.
buy 5 books.
Well, then like I remember for Mother's Day one time, I literally told him, "Here's my link to my wish list." That I wanted the second book of The Hills of Shivers and Shadows, like the hardback. You know, I'm like, that's what I want, or get anything on here. And then he sends me some stupid jewelry he got on like a TikTok thing, and it was like a tacky heart thing, and I don't even really wear that jewelry. And I was like, seriously, I told you exactly what I wanted. Why?
Yeah.
And then it's like, go to my mom or a woman for advice for jewelry before you buy jewelry. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I've learned with my husband that I need to, when I send him an Amazon wish list, I need to really thin it out, because if I send him the Amazon wish list, he thinks that he needs to buy all the books on the Amazon wish list.
Aww.
And then
what
I'll get his, I know, but then I get his credit card statement and I'm like, now I gotta pay that off. Like, so I have to like thin it out. Like, just because I send you a list doesn't mean you have to buy everything on the list.
Like,
it actually would help if you don't. Yeah, just break it up. Don't.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're creating a big fat bill. So, yeah.
Boo-hoo, Jessica's.
I know.
It's so hard.
Jessica is still working without a paycheck. Dang it. So,
Alrighty.
we have to be careful.
Well, Jen, do you want to share
What we're reading next month is Pretty Cruel Love by Whitney G. It's I believe it's like a romantic suspense. Did you guys see that not suited for work email that she sent out about it? Did you guys, are you on? Okay.
I've never read her before, so.
Yeah, I get her messages, but did I?
So I've read like her regular romances before, but I haven't read anything like this before. So I'm
I thought this was like her first like dip into dark
romance. I think. Yep.
Because I just read the synopsis today when I was doing like my TBR video, and I was like, oh, okay, like this sounds interesting.
Yeah. So apparently, like, she gets sent off to do this. I guess it's like a test. I don't know. She's like a guinea pig in it, but like everybody, like you're being watched at all times. So it's going to be interesting to see how they.
Because I think it said where she was like in prison and then like getting out to do this experiment program. But it's like a doctor with a secluded cabin or something with them. And I'm like, okay, secluded cabin, doctor. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And it's like, there's something with what she, I don't know. I was like, okay.
So Amber, you've never read Whitney before?
Oh,
I haven't.
Jen, you have, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah. I've read some of her.
You have, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
I don't think so. I know you've read a lot of her, but I don't know that I have.
Well, you had. Okay.
Maybe if I have, it's just been like one or something, but I don't think I've read a bunch by her.
Yeah, I've read a couple things. Like I want to say like maybe 2 or 3 things by her. Have you?
I think so.
Yeah, Mandy's read a good chunk, I think.
I'd have to go through, but yeah, I think it's like 2 or 3 things. But they've been like her sweet romances, so I was really excited about this one.
Oh, see, I was wondering if she was already a dark romance writer when I was like reading that. I was like, oh, she's a dark romance. I got to check her out, you know, like.
Well, that's why I wanted it. That's why I did this one as like if you guys wanted to read it, because it was new for her to do, and I kind of want to see what she brings to the table on it, because the premise sounds really intriguing.
Yeah, I've read a lot of her books.
And I read the first
I really liked the Forbidden Wishes. I wish I would have told you, and I wish I would have chosen you. I wish I would have chosen you is really good.
Really good. Really good.
You've read it?
Oh yeah, I read all of it.
It's really good. It was like a top read for me. I loved it. So I'm hoping, because that had a little bit of, there's a little bit angst and suspense in that. So I feel like she should be able to transition that into dark romance very well. But yeah, she does write a lot of like sweeter stuff. Like she has a nanny romance.
I remember seeing this like 2 weeks notice or whatever. Like now I'm like looking at her covers and I'm recognizing
really popular. You've just been into monsters, aliens.
I'm reading a lot of dark stuff.
And all the other stuff.
Yes, I have. Jessica told me to read it. I loved it. It was a top read for me. Hysterically cried many times.
Hysterically.
I didn't cry at all, but I still told Mandy to go read it.
It's
because
so
you
good.
knew she'd cry?
Because I knew it was just because it was just that good. It was so good.
Really good.
What is that one about? The cabin.
Go ahead, Jessica, or do you want me to?
It's about a woman who it's really hard. She's married and her husband's hiding the fact that he's dying from her. So the first half is that when she finds out and then like living with it, and then he buys her this cabin to kind of go out and after he's gone to heal. And there's a neighbor at the cabin. And
read the synopsis. That makes me want to cry just by reading that.
Like she like, you know, Mandy and I've talked about it recently quite a bit. There's a lot of the times you'll get like this woman, like it'll be I was married before and he died, like a widow type situation or a widower type situation where they'll be like, oh, my spouse, you know, in the end you find out, well, they weren't as wonderful as
like
you know, whatever
throughout the book.
Yeah, but this is one where they loved each other. She was in love with this man and it crushed her to lose him. There's a few that I've read like that, but yeah.
It is on Amazon.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah, it's not on Unlimited. I'm sorry, but it is on Amazon. I just looked it up.
Was it out already? Because I was looking it up on Goodreads and I don't think I saw the date on it. So
it's been out for a long time, I think, for several years.
The book we're reading for this month.
Oh, this month. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what Jan was asking about, I think.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Jan.
I'm looking for it. I know it's there because I have it on my Kindle.
Yeah.
I only looked it up on Goodreads.
Pretty Cruel Love.
I think we said the wrong name.
Did I say Pretty Cruel Love? Pretty Cruel Love?
I thought we had Liar in there. Pretty Cruel Liar. I could be totally wrong.
Oh, maybe I said
on my list.
Here we go.
Sorry, Jan.
It is Pretty Cruel Love.
Love. Yeah, I think I did say Liar. I'm sorry.
I could be totally wrong, and I think I went with it, whether you said it or not. So sorry about that.
She is a pretty cruel liar.
Yes. Jan says she's liked her reads before. I wish I would have chosen you as currently on my TBR for July.
You should read it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Good. I'm excited now to read it. So I think we're going back to the cabin for that one. The comment from the cabin.
Oh, okay.
If that's it, the cabin is really good. But you could also be excited for July's Betty read.
Mm-hmm. So if you want emotional, the cabin.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at that one.
Sabrina says she wrote down Pretty Cruel Love, so I think you said it right. Okay, good.
I could have butchered it. I was looking right at it too, but I tend to not read what I write.
Well, it's kind of like Jessica and Battered Innocence.
It's Bartered.
She was so battered. She was a battered woman.
In my entire planner, I've written brutal everywhere. And I'm like, that's nothing.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't write it down correctly. I just don't say it correctly.
I think it's because I had just gotten done reading or looking at like Brutal Game. And so everything was just brutal, not bartered. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Did you have the date, Jen? Did we say that?
Yeah. God, Jesus.
I have it, I think, written down here.
It's a quick
the
turnaround
13th
time, guys. Yeah, it's on Sunday the 13th, same time. Mm-hmm. But it's a shorter book, so it shouldn't be hard to do.
Yeah, we're doing it earlier because of like I'm going to Hawaii. I think you guys are doing stuff later in the month, right?
We'll be at BB40. Yeah, Hawaii's rough. Yeah, we'll be in Vancouver at BB40.
Yeah.
Our thoughts will be with you, Amber, during that
Yeah.
trying time.
Yeah, I was trying to like manage my TBR better this month because I was like, I'm not gonna get anything done like in Hawaii, and I don't want to be stressed about ARCs and ALCs and stuff.
Wait, going to Hawaii is like the perfect reading place.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna want to go on like excursions and like all that kind of stuff.
That's
But
what you say, have fun.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I've been waiting for it forever. I'm like, oh, it's finally getting here.
Which island are you going to?
I think we're going to the Big Island. I should probably remember this because my mom's taking all of us. Like she paid for all of us to go,
Nice.
which is like because I wouldn't be able to afford to go on this. So she's taking me, my brother, his family, my son's coming out. So I haven't seen my son for like over a year. So I'm really excited.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that'll be a good time.
Mm-hmm. Although my brother, you know, he's a lot better financially off than me. And he keeps putting on these like excursions. Oh, it's like $300 per person. Let's do this. Oh, how many luau's do I want to go to? And I'm like, do you know, like, I can't afford this stuff. Like, I'm already just thinking about how much the food every day is going to cost and the drinks and like all that, you know?
Yeah,
It shouldn't be
Hawaii's
that
not
much
cheap.
more expensive than California. We're in Washington State and we're like raking right up there.
Yeah.
Like Hawaii is going to be the cheapest vacation like place for us now. How much everything costs in Washington. And California's, I think, just right above us.
Yeah, it's
so by going to Hawaii, you might be saving money, Amber.
Yeah. Think about it that way. But I would not want $300 either. For
I've been to Hawaii so many times and I've never gone on an excursion. And I've always had a great time.
I was like, oh, you guys can do all that. I'm just gonna be on the beach, snorkel, do some road trip stuff, sightsee. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $300 to swim with the manta rays or whatever he wanted to do. And then he wanted to do
depending on what island you're on, there are places that you can go snorkeling on your own and you can see all sorts of really cool stuff. Like it's really fun and you don't have to pay anybody.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna be doing.
We did a bunch of excursions, but ours was a cruise that went to every island, all the major islands. And so I was with my in-laws. It was an old person thing.
It was the time of life.
What?
It was the time of your life.
I've always wanted to go on a cruise to Alaska. Like I think that would be really cool to do. You know.
Wow.
I think my parents did a cruise way back, but they didn't appreciate being on a cruise. Like, but I think it'd be fun to be able to go.
I love cruises. I think there's cruise people and not cruise people.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people either love them or they really don't like them. There's not like a in between usually on cruises.
I was scared to go on a cruise when COVID happened and all those cruise ships were like stuck out there. And I'm like, oh, that's like my literal nightmare. Like,
honestly, as long as I had internet access and could download books, I don't know how bad that would be. Lock me in my stateroom, feed me food, and let me read.
I think though the feeling of not being able to get off the ship like would start to really eat away at your mental health a little bit.
Not mine. I like to be in a cold, dark cave. I mean, like,
but you don't like being told what to do. So the second somebody told you to stay in your room and not leave, you would be like, I'm leaving.
I'd go to the spa,
right?
And I'd be fine.
Tell you to read. I don't want to read. Only time Jessica said that because somebody told her to read.
Let's
I'm
not try
gonna swim to shore. Shit, I forgot I'm allergic to the sun.
I'm in trouble now. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm swimming back, but only because I want to.
Nobody told me to. Yeah.
You guys are funny.
Yep.
Well, our conversations have like gone all over the place with this life.
Pretty much.
It's barely anything about the book. It's like
that's okay. It happens. I'm sure.
Yeah, it happens. Not every book's gonna be like, you know.
So much to talk about.
Well, I mean, Jen and I did read it a really long time ago, so it was asking you to
remember. I mean,
yeah.
So long ago.
So long ago.
I I finished it 8 days ago. I can't.
So long ago. It was a lifetime.
I couldn't even remember the names until I went and read them. It's like, oh yeah, I remember. She had all the how to pronounce everything in the front.
Oh goodness. Well, are we ready? We're at 50, almost 55 minutes. Are we ready to end, or
we can wrap it up?
Okay. Oh, and then I missed this comment from Jan a few minutes ago. She said she got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
Sorry for the confusion on that. However, we messed it up.
One day we're gonna like hit a win with Jan. You know, we're gonna
hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hey, Jan
our
just
goal.
said she loves our side talks. So
Okay, good.
Thank you, Jan.
It's a win.
We're just trying to get a I don't know, a decent star from you. She's like 1. I didn't like it. I love it.
We'll confer with Jan when we do like another book pick.
Have her vote on it.
Yeah.
Which one?
Jan, this is what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Just
Okay. Jan says, I'm curious to know if you would only choose one
That's
book
not
trip to
Jan.
read.
it's not.
Oh, sorry.
That's-
Sorry. Sorry. It's not Jan. Well, it popped up right after Jan's, and so I thought it said Jan. My apologies. I shouldn't be the one in charge of reading these, apparently. Okay. I'm curious to know if you would only choose one book trip to read for the rest of your life, which one would it be? Oh my gosh.
It'd be a vague trope, like
Yeah.
Could just be like a blanket dark.
yeah, like age,
But even then, I need a palate cleanser.
age gap.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe like Taboo, because you could kind of go all over with Taboo,
Yeah.
like light on the Taboo where it's like brother's best friend, all the way to like what
Yeah.
I
You
would
could go
consider
into Mafia that way. You could, you could get a lot of genres.
I was gonna say age gap because I can read age gap
You
for
could go
like,
anywhere.
Mhm.
but
I'm like-
and then you could do reverse age gap, maybe mix it in there.
Yeah, and then you got your teacher student, and you've got your
Mhm.
You could have small town. You can have mafia like that. That's
Yeah.
got all of them in there.
best friend's dad. You could have my Harry
Oh.
Potter plot going on.
We could also say small town because Alex Grayson just wrote one of the darkest
Oh my
books
God.
ever, and she labeled
Small town.
Did she?
she has like a whole like list of basically what would be like trigger warnings for most people, but listing all the dark romance stuff, and at the end it says
Shopping
small
list
town.
for me.
It cracked me up. It really does it's like on an island, so it is small town, but oh my gosh, it makes me laugh every time because you always see small town and it's always like very contemporary romance.
Mhm.
And so to see it in a dark romance, like, and Alex Grayson is not like a light dark romance, she is dark romance. So to see her list it was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she meant it to be funny or not, but I thought it was
Like that
hilarious.
would be something. Yeah, I could see that.
So we could
Like
perhaps
all these
go
things.
small town and do a lot of them. Jan says she doesn't want the pressure.
Yeah.
Doesn't want Yeah, it's hard sometimes. Picking a book is just even hard, like for us sometimes.
It
Yeah.
is.
After the last one I picked, I mean, I'm really hoping that Whitney G can give me some like. She's coming in strong because
Mm-hmm.
oh, Sabrina, that's such a good one.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
That's a really good one.
I want to reread that.
Oh, psychos, is that the trope? Psychopaths, maybe? Is that what you're
Psychopaths.
saying?
Yeah.
Either that or she's
I read
calling
a lot
us
of those.
psychos.
Yeah, I
maybe.
would miss my big blue aliens after a while. I gotta have them.
Yeah, I gotta have my
So-
sweet cinnamon roll heroes mixed in with my
And my
crazy-
survival and a post-apocalyptic romance. I still gotta have those. I don't know that I can just.
Could Alien fall under Taboo though? Because I mean that's not a typical romance.
It's typically sci-fi, is what it's typically categorized
I
under.
feel like it's such
I
a
don't know.
beautiful romance, like it's just
It could fall under small town.
Sherry says yes.
psychopaths.
Yeah, any over the top, I'm okay with.
No. Yeah. So.
I read this book. Well, actually I listened to it. I had the ALC for it. And it was like it's a dark romance with some suspense. And there were some people, like, after I read a book, sometimes I like to go and see why people didn't like it, like after I've already done my own reading, because I'm curious. And so I went and looked at some bad reviews, and they were all like, why people read dark romance. Somebody's like, 2 stars. He kidnaps her and holds her hostage.
Well, yeah.
Sounds like a good time to me.
And then somebody else rated it 2 stars because he beat the crap out of somebody and killed them for looking or talking to her. And I'm like, again, have you
Why
not
are
read
you
that
annoying?
book?
I feel bad for
Even
authors
reading
on
romance.
Goodreads and stuff when they attack a book because it has dark romance. It's like, then don't pick it up, and you don't need to slam it because that's what it's marketed as. So like, I read I always love looking at like the negative reviews of something. Plus there was a lot of drama over one of Rena Kent's books, you know, her MM1. And I just finally read it. And so I was like, okay, I stayed out of the drama because I didn't want to deal with it before I read it. And so I was finally looking at it, and it was crazy to me. Some people like will purposely read Rena Kent and they hate Rena Kent. And this person's review was like, I don't want to hear you guys asking me why I read Rena Kent when I hate her. I can do it if I want to. And then it was like this long essay about everything she hated about the book. And it's like, well then, but why are you doing it? Like, you're just being hateful at this point. Like why pick up a book you hate? I don't know.
I mean, you just wasted your time reading something that you don't like.
Yeah. And then spending that much energy trashing the author. And it's like, okay, well, if you already knew she wasn't for you, now you're just trying to be hateful and bring her down, like, on her readings, you know.
Everybody else who wants to be horrible, like, stop. If you don't like it, don't read. If you don't like small town, don't read small town.
Yeah, I really wanted to, like, I would never do this, but I'm like, this is like perfect marketing for this author to take these and be like,
Oh, it would be awesome.
It's like a menu of why people actually read it. It just made me laugh so hard.
These are the things dark romance readers love, is when he kidnaps her and kills somebody for her.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, it is marketed, like, in the blurb, it talks about how his wife, somebody takes his wife hostage and he goes to get her back and it goes awry. So then he steals the guy's daughter, who's of age, and holds her captive. Like, this is like perfect dark romance plot.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time to me.
And it's all there. So it's not like somebody thought they were reading something different. Like, if you read the blurb, you knew
it's like the same thing I think about, like, the Kay Webster stuff. It's like, it's in there. So why it's in her blurb. She's not hiding it. So, like, don't read it.
Yes, this is the correct date.
We'll put out some posts for you too, Sherry.
Yeah. We'll try and get that. I think, didn't you already make them, Jen?
Yeah, I think you did already.
Yeah, so we'll get those out soon since it's only 2 weeks away.
Yeah. I wanted to wait until after this so I didn't confuse anybody.
Well, yeah, that probably would have confused us.
Yeah. Wait, what? What are you doing?
Wait a minute.
Wait, are we doing the live show for the other?
No, I probably would have
to the wrong live show, right?
I did read the book so long ago. I probably would have been like, oh crap, I need to read this book before our live show in a couple weeks.
And then that would have led to a phone call. Have you read the Buddy Read book yet, Jessica? Because you know we have this coming up.
Yeah, and then Jessica would have just gone along with it, and we would have, like, nobody would have shown up today.
Yeah.
I've been on here by myself talking about a book. Nobody read it.
Oh gosh. Alrighty, well, should we end? We went over an hour now.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
And see you in a couple weeks, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.